And welcome back to Subculture on CentralCoastRadio.com. Well, Melbourne post-rock outfit Bear the Mammoth have got an amazing tour coming up, but also a brand new album being released as well. And we thought we want to know a little bit more about this album. We want to know a little bit more about this tour. So we actually thought we would get two members of the band on the phone tonight. Now, they're both called James, so welcome to the program, Jameses.
Thanks for having us. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
No problem, guys. So let's start off. Tell us a little bit about this brand new album. What can people expect to hear on this album?
Oh, okay, well, there's a lot more synth going down. That's the first thing. I think we all wanted to get a little bit more experimental. Like, I think we just wanted to go a little bit outside of the box that we were used to. And that involved doing lots more synth, lots more weird stuff, I guess. Like, I think we sort of left a little bit of our motif in favour of a bit more soundscape and atmospheric stuff. I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah. You say weird.
Yeah, definitely. We had that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, James.
No, sorry. I was going to say we had a lineup change between the last album and this one. The other James being a new addition, and he definitely brought a whole lot more of his element to things, which was fun to kind of change things up from the get-go, and then adding synth and some more, old-timey progressive influences to it really changed it up a bit, which has been nice.
Definitely. So what was that like for you coming into the band, James?
Oh, look, it was awesome, because I've been good friends with them for ages, and I went to tons of their gigs, always loved them. And I think there was always a part in the back of my brain which was like, can somebody just leave so I can join? And, I guess the opportunity came along. And it was awesome. Like, I can honestly say there was nothing that made me nervous about it. I love these guys, like they're my brothers, and it's all just been, I don't know, it's felt like old friends the whole time, really. And it's just been awesome. I got no negatives to say about it.
Now, you mentioned trying some weird stuff with this album. Tell us a little bit about the songwriting process for the band. How does that work?
It's weird. I think one of our rituals is so the other two guys who aren't here at the moment, Steve and other James, they live up in Bendigo, and we'll go up every now and then and have this massive weekend of jamming. And the first night we kind of just chill out, usually watch a movie, some art housey. Well, it's not really art housey. It's usually just James Bond. And I think the next day we'll pour everything that we've got going around in our heads into it, and it'll usually someone will just start riffing on something, and we'll all kind of get jazzed about that. And then Rumples will always do something amazing on his drums, and then some atmospheric stuff will come up, and it kind of just happens. Like, it's weird. I've tried to think about how it happens exactly, but I can't really pinpoint it. It's pretty organic, I think.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few times that, because one of the Jameses who lives in Bendigo is often doing long road trips, he'll scat into his phone some random sounds and bizarre noises, and he'll rock up to a rehearsal and just be like, oh, I was thinking of this on the way, guys, and he'll play it. It's just him like going, blah, 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 and it sounds like an absolute mess, but we get it into the room and we start working around that. Somehow it ends up turning into a song and sounding great. So his little dictaphone messages have been quite a saviour sometimes.
Yeah, he speaks his own language, and I think we're just lucky that we managed to have learnt it as well.
Yeah. There's been a 5-year gap between albums, and of course we had a pandemic in the middle there as well, and like you said, a lineup change as well. Tell us a little bit about the last 5 years. How long did it actually take to work on this album, and how did you spend those pandemic years?
Oh man, it's weird. Like, I think the album itself didn't actually take too long. Like, it all fell into place pretty fast. I think a lot of the beginning of that was I wanted to learn a lot of the songs that Bear the Mammoth already had in their catalogue, and it was really challenging because the previous guitarist is insane. Like, he's still one of my closest mates. Like, he's great, but I think we sort of went through this process of rehashing a lot of the old stuff, and there were some struggles that I had with, I'm not that guitarist, so I don't want to replicate him exactly, but we sort of sat down, had a chat, and other James, who's with us here now especially, was just like, you're not him, so just do your thing. And I think the teething period for me personally was just coming to terms with, I've just got to try and bring whatever my element into it is. And as for COVID, like it was a bummer because like we all just wanted to do stuff as everyone did, in the world. But I think we played one gig between lockdowns, and it was awesome. And like we got a taste for it again, and it was really good. And then we got locked down again, but I think that was a good opportunity for us to just hit the drawing board and start throwing some more ideas into the mixing pot.
It kind of brought how important the energy of being in a room is to our minds, because we thought, we can't go outside, we can't be in the same room for ages, but it's alright, we'll just bounce files back and forth of little ideas and we'll work on stuff. And, we've got all this time to do it. And we were trying that and bouncing things back and forth, and little bits were coming from it. But then when a lockdown was lifted and we got the chance to get into a room together, it was like, 5 years worth of that kind of corresponding messages being sent could just be done in one jam. And I think once lockdown ended, we started to write things properly and got it all together. So it was just nice to have each other there to chat to when we couldn't jam. But I think a lot of bands say that they wrote full albums by passing things back and forth when they couldn't see each other, but I don't think much of this album came from that.
Definitely.
Nah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Now, the new album is called Purple Haus. Tell us a little bit about when your fans can actually expect it to drop.
Oh, well, it's coming July 28th, I believe. Should be, I think we've got a second single coming out next week. And then July 28th, we're launching it on all the platforms and everything. And doing a launch show in Melbourne where we'll be selling the vinyl. And also launching a beer that the guys have had made up for us. They've got some friends at Cornella Brewing in Bendigo who have done up a beer, the Mammoth style thing. So we're going to be launching an album and a beer and having a big party. It's going to be, definitely a long time coming.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Now, you mentioned the 28th. That is the night at the Workers Club here in Melbourne, but there's also shows coming up in Adelaide, Bendigo and Sydney as well. How do you guys feel about being able to get back out there and get on the road again?
So excited. I can't wait. I think it's sort of for me at least, it's my first proper road trip with these guys, so I'm just pumped, and I'm just nothing to,
It's the best part. We've done a quick little visit up to Sydney in this lineup, and it'd just be nice to go and get these multiple shows, within the space of a few weeks done, and really get that tour feeling going, which is nice, rather than just playing one show interstate and then waiting 6 months and then doing it again.
Now, for our listeners out there who are listening, if you want those tour dates and where to get tickets, that's all up on our subcultureentertainment.com website, so you can grab that from there. Guys, how do you think these new tracks are going to sound live?
I'm hoping good,
I think it depends. I think it's going to be interesting because I think people who have been fans for a long time might be caught a little bit off guard with some of the tunes, because they definitely wouldn't fit in on, say, the first album all those years ago. But I think the fact that it is a bit different, and you're not just going to be hearing us do, the same thing we did last time we were in your town, hopefully that brings enough excitement and people dig it.
Definitely. Well, guys, to finish off, what would you like to say to all of your listeners out there, not only before they go out and grab a copy of the album, but before they go out and grab tickets to these shows as well?
That's caught me way off guard. I have to think for a second here. We might have to edit that one.
I think the most important message we can give all of our fans today is to be very wary when getting into a small tin can and going down to the bottom of the ocean to have a look at shipwrecks.
Definitely.
It might seem like a great idea, but sometimes things go wrong.
Definitely. Well, guys,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Thank you so much to both of you for joining us on the show today. It's been an absolute honour having you on the show. And again, listeners, if you want to find out those tour dates, they're all up on our website. But James's, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.